So hello there. Once again, welcome to our channel. My name is Benjamin Toes, and today is a Tuesday, and as usual, we have something new again, a new video series, a new program. It's called Books Tuesdays, which will be hosted by me, Benjamin Toes, and we'll be sitting here in our new studio. I told you this is our new studio. It's a humble beginning, but big things start small. uh, we'll build it from there. So welcome. So in Books Tuesdays, we'll be sitting here and discussing some amazing books that I've been reading. And today, I want to start big. I want to start big with this book right here. It's a beautiful book called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. It's by a Canadian writer called Robin Sharma. Robin Sharma is a Canadian writer who worked as a lawyer until the age of 25 when he published his first book. It was self-publishing. The book is called Mega Living, which was a huge success. And then in the year 1997 is when he published this book right here that we'll be discussing today. The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari is a self-help book. A self-help book is a book that you can read and learn about life, teach you things about life, the wisdom that can help you in every day-to-day life. But it is in the form of a story, which is Robin Sharma's uh, style of writing. He has other books as well. There's another book called 5 a.m. Club. It's a very beautiful book too. But today we are talking about this one here, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. So just to give you a small summary of the book is about this city lawyer who at the beginning of the book um, is fainting in the courtroom. He has just had an heart attack in the courtroom. But then it takes us back to show us the life he was living before. It's what people may consider the dream life. He's a lawyer, he's very successful, he's representing some very rich people. He has a lot of money, he has a private jet, a beautiful home, a beautiful family, and he has all these girls, has dines in beautiful hotels. He can afford it. He even has a Ferrari. He has a Ferrari, man. The lawyer is called Julian Mentor. So Julian is living this life that many people can consider like the dream life. He's supposed to be the happiest person in the world because he has everything. People wake up every day to go find money, to be rich, to be successful. But then even being this successful, Julian Mentor is not happy. It's not enough. And as he rises to the top, then he gets obsessed with work. He starts working long hours. He starts spending all the time away from the family. Eventually, he loses his family. He's not talking to his father. He falls out with everyone, friends. And I think that's the life of many people. But then this heart attack is what changes his life because the doctors tell him to choose either to be this guy who's always working and sacrifice his own life, or to give up this life and live a healthy life. It was a choice between life and death. Anyway, so this guy then decides to sell everything and start a new life a simple life. So he sells his Ferrari, he sells his private jet, his homes, and goes to India um, to begin a new life, simple life as a monk. Monks are those people mostly found in India, China. Those just decide to live in a certain way. They are like religious people, enlightened people who seek enlightenment about life. They live a simple life. They don't chase these worldly successes. They just live a simple life. Like Julian Mentor, when he goes to India, he goes to find these guys who live in the Himalayas. They are called the sages of Savannah. They are the ones who teach him a new way of life. So when Julius Mentor finds these sages of Savannah, he finds one guy, one of the sages. It's called Raman. Raman becomes like his mentor, teaching him this new way of life, and then gives him a new purpose in life. And the purpose is to go back to the West and teach his friends and other people there who are living a miserable life like he was living before. This new way of life, that was the new purpose. And that's basically the summary of the book. So he goes back and start teaching, starting with his friend John, who they used to work in the law firm together. So basically, that is the summary of the book. That's what the story is about. So then Raman, he tells this fable to Julian Mentor to teach him what is basically the basis of the new life, the wisdom, the virtues that are supposed to guide him in this new life. And the fables goes like this. He tells Julian Mentor to imagine that he's in a garden, a very beautiful garden that is full of flowers, beautiful plants, it's green. It's beautiful garden. Then it's peaceful, it's calm, it's just a beautiful garden. Then in the middle of the garden, there is a lighthouse. A lighthouse is those things that they put in the sea to guide the ships. They are like tall towers with lights that give the ships direction. That's a lighthouse. Then inside this, the lighthouse comes out a sumo wrestler. Sumo wrestlers are those Japanese wrestlers. They are like huge. Yeah, they have this huge physique. It's traditional wrestlers in Japan or something like that. Sumo wrestler. So the sumo wrestler comes out of the lighthouse, um, roams in the garden, looks around. Then he finds this golden watch. Then when he finds the golden watch, he slips it in his hands, and immediately he falls down, like collapses or something. Then sometimes after some time he wakes up. Uh, Maybe after smelling the after getting this smell of the roses in the garden, he wakes up. So there are some yellow roses in the garden that from the fragrance of them is what makes it this sumo wrestler to rise up again. So there are yellow flowers, yellow roses, I mean, in the garden. Then after waking up, he looks to his left and he sees this path that's full of diamonds, thousands and thousands of diamonds along the path. And that's the path that leads him to happiness. It's the path that leads to happiness or something. So that's basically the fable, which to Julian Mentor looks like a stupid story, but it was what guided him in new life. Because there are seven things in this story. The first thing is the garden. The second thing is the lighthouse. The third thing is the sumo wrestler. And the sumo wrestler is naked, is just wearing a thin wire around his private parts, just to cover the private parts. So there is the garden, that's number one. There is the lighthouse, that's number two. There is the sumo wrestler, that's number three. There is the thin wire is wearing, that's number four. There is the beautiful roses, that's number five. There is the golden watch, that's number six. And then there is the path that is full of diamonds. So those seven things, each one of them represents something, the seven virtues of an enlightened life. So Julian Mentor thought it was a stupid story at first, but then after he was told what every one of the seven things what they represent, then it made sense. So what do they represent then? Let me take a sip of this green tea. So let's begin with the garden. According to Raman, the garden represents our mind. And when you have this garden, if you have a garden at home, you make sure that there are no weeds in the garden. You make sure that the garden is clean. You make sure the garden is watered. You make sure it's taken care of, because you don't want toxins in the garden. You don't want weeds in the garden. You want the flowers to thrive. You want the garden to be thriving, to be full of life. So that is our mind. And this means that we should protect our minds at all costs. We should not let negative thoughts uh, take toll upon us. We should not let the stresses of this life to overcome us. We should take care of our mind, because that's our garden. We should make sure that we don't put toxins in our garden. We should make sure that we prevent from negative thoughts from ruining our garden. So the garden, that's our mind. Nourishing the mind. There are many things that you can do to improve your mind, like meditation, to protect your mind. That is your peace of mind. Meditation, maybe praying for those who pray. Reading books is good for your mind, because it's like exercising the mind. So you should always read books like this beautiful book right here that we are discussing. So that's a garden. Then the second thing is the lighthouse. So the lighthouse in this story represents our goals that we set in life, that we follow in life. So in life you should have goals. That's what it means. That's what the lighthouse means. We should have goals. We should work towards achieving our goals. Because every time that you write down your goals, it's like separating them with every other thought that you have in your mind. And it's like putting some emphasis into that thing that you have written down. Yeah, it's good. So it's good to have goals in life. The sumo wrestler represents what is called kaizen in Japanese. Kaizen. Kaizen. Kaizen basically means a life of improving yourself every day, because that's what life is. For this sumo wrestler to be who he is, to be a successful wrestler, it's a process of improving yourself every day. And it is the same with everything that you are doing. Whether you are a doctor, you are a lawyer, you are what, you have to keep improving yourself every day to reach your goals. You have to keep improving. You have to live this life of discipline, learning every day, trying to be better than you were yesterday. That's what the sumo wrestler represents. Then the fourth thing is the wire. The thin wire is wearing. The thin wire represents discipline. You should live a life of discipline. The small things that you do, you should make sure you keep doing them. No, discipline is setting these rules and following them to the altar. Small things that may seem small, but without them, you will be nothing. Then the other thing is the golden watch. The golden watch represents time. and the time is golden. Time is money. Time is valuable, so you should not waste your time. Make sure you use your time well, and you will live a happy life. The yellow roses that after the sumo wrestler collapses, he only wakes up because of this fragrance of the yellow roses in the garden. And the yellow roses represent service to other people, selfless service to other people. And in life, if you want to live a happy life, you must always be a servant of the people. You must serve other people because there is a lot of joy in serving. Find something you can do for your community, find something you can do for your church, for your school, for your workplace. Just find something you can do for others. Always serve others and you will be a happy person. The path of diamonds represents the small things that make us happy in life. So it's like on your way to achieving your goals, on your way to achieving your dreams and living the life you dream of, don't forget there are the small things along the path. Don't forget to spend time with your family. Don't neglect your friends, because it is important to achieve your goals. But if you just focus on your goals, you'll find out that you have neglected other small things along the way which mattered. In the end, you'll look back and see that you you lost the most important things while chasing this vanity of life. Like Julian Mentor thought that this low life, this successful life of having money and everything was everything. But then looking back, he sacrificed his health, he sacrificed his family while trying to find wealth. So along the path to your destiny, don't forget the small things along the way. That's the seven virtues of an enlightened life that Raman taught to Julian Mentor. So Julian Mentor went back to the West and started teaching these teachings to other people, including his friend John from the workplace, and he found this new purpose in life. So it's good in life to find your purpose. It's good to follow a certain set rules that you set for yourself. That's called discipline, and that's how you become successful. In conclusion, what I have got from this book is that life is a balance between holding on and letting go. It's always a balance between something, because it is very important to achieve your goals, but it is also important to have a life on the way. Don't be just obsessed with work and forget other things that matter in life. As we push to build careers, don't forget your family, don't forget your friends, and don't forget yourself. The most important form of wealth is your health. A healthy body is everything, it's what matters. Wealth is good, being rich is good, but having perfect health is even better. So don't sacrifice your health to find wealth. So that's the end of our program for today. If you like this kind of program, I've realized in the recent past that there is this reading culture which is growing in Kenya. People are starting to read books, and it's a very good thing. Uh, we were not reading as much in the years that have passed, but in the recent times, I've seen people with this enthusiasm and these want to read books, and it's very good. Reading is good for your mind. It's like exercise. It's like when you go to the gym to build muscles. When you read, you build the brain muscles, and it's a good thing. If you want to read this book, it's a very beautiful book. Once you start reading, you won't put it down. As always, Robin Sharma's book, they are very good books. They are books that can help you in your everyday to day life, and it's a good one. I liked it. So see you next Tuesday. We'll be discussing another book. If there's a book you want us to discuss, you can write down in the comment section, and we will sit here and discuss. So you never know. That book of yours in your mind could be in our next program. So if you have a book you want us to discuss, write in the comment section. So it's goodbye from me for now. My name is Benjamin Toes. See you next Tuesday with another program like this. Goodbye.